How you doing? I'm Jeff with Jeff's Lawn Landscaping. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Just thought I'd get on here and talk just a little bit. So I'm out mowing, got the big boys' toys in the back, or at least you can see the rider. You can see the handlebars on the walk behind. Uh, so today's kind of a light day. I've got uh, Well, actually, I stopped to eat lunch here, and I only got two done this morning. I got a little bit of a late start this morning. I'd say about an hour and a half late start. Part of it was, to be honest, having a little bit of trouble getting up out of bed. Seems like when it's time to get up, that's when you're sleeping the best. But ended up getting up, and it was still pretty wet in the morning. Uh, I think the last week or so it's just been pretty wet just from the morning dampness and stuff. So when I got up and realized that, I thought, well, I'll use that for an excuse. It's a little wet, so I'm getting a little bit later start. That sounds a little bit better, I guess, than having a hard time getting up out of bed. But anyways, stopped here to get something to eat, and I only have two more to do, and they're side by side, so it shouldn't be too bad. So I'd say I'll probably be on here again before this, but my daughter's birthday's Friday, so if she's watching this, I want to wish her early birthday, and she's going to end up being 12 years old. So she's a big help to me when it comes to doing a lot of stuff that I do, as far as the YouTube channel and everything. She gets in there and really helps me. Um, she's 11, and you know how it goes. They're pretty smart about the phone, and anytime I have trouble getting something on TV, I usually holler for her. So she's a pretty smart girl. She's a good kid too, and I hope she has a good birthday. So so happy birthday, Andrea. But yeah, I just want to get on here and talk a little bit, and I was wanting to talk about uh, stressing out if you lose uh, customers. Anymore, I'm getting to where I don't stress out as much, because a lot of times when I end up losing a job, I usually end up picking up something to replace it, and a lot of times I'll end up picking up something that pays a little bit more. I lost a job. I think it was a couple weeks ago, 2 3 weeks ago. I guess he decided that he was gonna uh, retire or something, and end up mowing it himself. And it was a pretty good sized job, but I ended up getting two jobs, and I think I'm just a little short of recovering what I got from the big job, but close enough. And although I hated losing the big job, these two that I replaced it with actually are easier jobs to do, and I'm, like I said, pretty close to replacing what that was. So anymore, like I said, I always try to advertise, and that way if I end up losing anything, I have something to replace it. And another thing, I try not to get too big of jobs, for one reason. A lot of times I'm mowing by myself, and it's just hard to do when they're too big. Uh, and another thing, I like getting some of the medium to smaller jobs, to where if you lose one of them, I mean, you always hate losing any job, but if you lose one, it's not as bad as if you get used to the income coming in on one of these big ones. But like I said, I always try to advertise, and every year usually I'll lose a few. Just some will move, some will decide to mow it themselves or whatever. And then there is a few customers that you know may not be happy with a few things. I mean, when I went into business, I always said, well, if I can make everybody happy, I'll be all right. But I have realized that there is some that you can't make happy, and then too, if it gets to where they're complaining every time you come up there, uh, I mean, for the most part, I don't get too many people that complain because I'm pretty particular on what the job looks like. A lot of times I think I'm more pickier than the customer is, because I always feel like if I get in there and I expect more out of myself than what they expect, then more chances are that they're going to be happy. But like I said, there's still some of them out there that you can try and you're not ever going to please. Uh, and then some of them, when you pick up the job, they'll say, "Oh, the um, the person I had before didn't do this, didn't do that." And then, as I've been in it a while, I get to thinking sometimes, which, some of that may be true. Uh, but then sometimes I kind of look at it, well, how much was it the person mowing, or how much was it the customer that, you just can't please them. But yeah, I appreciate you watching this, and I'd appreciate if you check out some of my other videos and like and subscribe. Thank you.